Hello. Hello, I am SolarLoon. I'm an independent game developer. I'm the creator of Master Plan. I'm the creator of Tetra 3D. And I'm the creator of this game I'm making. N64 PlayStation 1.5 kind of thing going on. Super moddable. It's working well. It feels good. Yeah, so this is the game. This is what's going on. Pretty cool. I added I haven't talked about this that much over the past stream because I was away on vacation last week, so it's been not quite 2 weeks, but it's been a week and some change, a week and a half or so. But yeah, I've been working steadily on this game, on kind of the infrastructure and optimization and stuff like that. And it's looking and working really well. It looks really good, feels really good, feels like a PlayStation 1 or N64 game in the best possible way. Looks really good in my opinion. I already had this feature, which is I'm talking about like screen-based UV maps, where basically you can tile a texture on a 3D object, but it basically uses the screen coordinates for the texture coordinates, so you have this kind of reflective thing going on. I had that already, but it wasn't set up to use the UV maps of the object. So with a very slight change, that allows us to do some cool stuff where it doesn't have to basically you have a little bit more control, or considerably more control over where, what part of the texture is being displayed at any given time. So that allows me to, for example, put different faces of the object on different parts of the UV map, so that when you move the camera, it reflects different parts of the sky texture, which basically gives you the feeling of it being reflective. And it's pretty convincing. I think it's as convincing as you probably could imagine it being back in 1997. Sky still looks fantastic. Scrolling still looks great. Works well. So there's a couple things I want to do. There's a few things I want to do actually. One is I need to work on the internals of this game, because basically the way that it's built so far, it is a bit heavy in terms of, not heavy, but it's a bit like it leans into a 3D game. But I want the game to essentially be completely in here in Resources Source game. I want this to basically be the entire game, so that if you wanted to, for example, replace this with an entire 2D game or an entire, whatever else, you have that option. You can do that. So I think that would be cool to do. And it's just basically a matter of implementing it, trying to figure out how best to manage that. So I want to try to kind of lean away from the current engine approach I'm implementing to try to implement more of it directly in the moddable code, so that basically it's more replaceable, so that if you wanted to do something else with the game, you can. I think that'd be good. That'd be a good idea. So we'll see how that goes. Other than that, I also want to try getting away from VS Code. They had a little snafu, I guess you could say. It's a little I don't even know how best to call it. It basically, someone committed a change that makes it so that basically it signs all of your commits, your Git commits, with Claude, I think, that AI model. And it's like, I don't use AI for my games, so I don't like the concept of my editor altering my Git commits. I don't like that concept. That is I have a log of my commits on Git or any other version control system, and my editor makes silent changes to it such that there's meaningful information in the commit that is not something that I wanted, or is not kind of like objective information like the date or something like that. I mean, like it was adding, Claude as I believe it was Claude as a co-committer, even if you didn't do anything, even if you didn't use AI, even if you didn't commit through Claude. Like that's crazy to me. And they rolled it back, but at the same time, it's like, well, I want to try other things. I want to try other IDEs. I don't have to be stuck with VS Code. I don't use Windows, on my dev computer for development or even for gaming. I might use Windows just for like, an app that someone else needs me to run. And it's like, well, I'll run it just because if anything goes wrong, I don't have to chalk it up to Linux, anything weird. But if I don't want to use Windows and I want to use Linux, then why am I also using VS Code if I don't have to? Like, if there's other alternatives. So I'm going to try to look for other alternatives and other systems. Open source software, right? So why not try open source software? So anyway, the game is looking really good, feeling really good. Ran it on my Steam Deck. It runs well. Same thing on my Android device, my Retroid Pocket Flip 2, which is good. Interestingly, I feel like it runs it runs 60 FPS on both devices, but it runs, I think, more slowly on Steam Deck. And the primary thing that I noticed is that this is slow, which is basically the water, updating the water vertex locations. You can see if I step away from this zone, it's like 0.6 milliseconds or so. If I'm in this area, now it's about 3. And if we go over here to the moving water and we just comment out this entire thing here. Now it's about 1.5 milliseconds, which is significantly better, right? Where it's like half the time. So half the time is spent basically moving the water, and that is not because it's not optimized. That's because I'm basically manually I'm just jumping off and dying. I'm manually setting the water vertex update function here. So basically for each vertex transform, for each time the vertex is transformed, we run this function. But this is a script function. This is not a it's written in Go, but it's a script. It's running through the scripting layer. So for each vertex, it has to basically do some reflect stuff and invoke the interpreter and run the function and then come back and do it again for the next vertex. So it's going to be slow. So there's a couple things I can do about this. One is to replace this with a function that basically maybe provides the vertex position buffer, like a buffer of vertex positions, a buffer of vertex normals, and you do it manually, so that basically it would have to do this just once rather than doing it for each vertex. It doesn't have to reflect all the time. It only has to reflect once. That's one possibility. Another possibility is to make a function that does this for us, and we basically can specify periods for our I'm not sure why that's over so far. We can, and by the way, this is the fresh editor, terminal editor, which is cool. We can specify periods for our, and you know what? Let me check out Z real quick as well. We can specify periods for this and basically just have the engine do it. So we don't have to actually manually do this. We just say, hey, can you just make a function, set a function for my model that, would return, that would move the object, move the vertices on this kind of vertical wave. Same thing for the normal, updating the normal values. That I could easily do that. So either one of those would be fine. So it's there's different ways to approach this. So I'm kind of either of those would be good. But see, the thing that I really want to avoid, it's kind of interesting because what I want to avoid is writing too many things myself. or kind of baking things into the engine or into the game as like components. I kind of want people to look at this game as a starter and take maybe pieces of it to then use in their own projects. But I don't want people to feel like, oh, well, I have to use a component, or where's components. It's like, well, no, this, you just write the game, you just code the game. It's you're just coding. It's very approachable and it's very easy, in my opinion, to do. I like that. So I don't know. I got to think about it a little bit more to determine exactly how I want this to work. You know, all of that. Like, how does this work? Because generally, I want to provide sensible defaults while also providing a lot of options. So for something like this, where you're running around and you're making, this is a 3D platforming game, I want to provide some sensible defaults where it's like, when it comes to the modding API, sensible defaults where it's like, okay, if you will want to do something that could be slow, I want to provide a, like, this is the right way to do it kind of approach. Like, in the case of water, it's like, okay, well, rather than just being like, well, it's slow, here's a function that you can use to make a water-like effect. It's not, it's not perfect, and it works. I guess you could say it works. Let me also look at the, how does this work? This does okay, so this does everything manually, yeah. Ooh, nice sliding animation. So I don't know. I'm kind of, I'm ambivalent on exactly how this should work. I want to keep working on this, of course, just keep making the game, but the whole way the game is structured has to make sense for the kind of game this is. It can't, I mean, for the fact that it has to be moddable, right? It can't just be like slapdash. It has to be like easy to use. So that's the goal, is to make this easy to use. So we'll see how this goes. Let's get some music going. That's fine. Let me also there we go. Okay. So this is Tetra 3D now that we're looking at. I made a lot of changes. Can I see? Maybe I can. It doesn't. Okay. Whoops. Oh, I see. That's how you close it. Let's see. Git log. So this is interesting. It does show the changes, actually. It does show the changes here. But it doesn't show it anywhere else. Yeah. Okay, interesting. Sorry, I'm looking to see. I'm like peering over things. All right, let's see. Let's see. Do they have a? Oh, they have a flat hub. Okay, let's see. If this is for Z. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I'm just understanding what this is and how this works. Okay. Okay, so okay, so I guess it's fine. I guess it's fine because it's not actually sandbox. All right, so let's try this. We will give this editor a shot, see what it looks like, how it works. Okay, understood. Let's see. Let's see here. Can I go to Tetra 3D? Oh, it's on the right. Interesting. Font size. Let's see. Cursor, blink, cursor shape. Wrap guides. Okay. Theme mode. I see. Okay, that's fine. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Autosave mode. There we go. That's more so what I'm used to. Interesting. Okay, okay. I mean, let's see. So I know this is like an AI thing, AI enabled editor. I would like to see, can I disable can I disable AI stuff if I don't want it? Here we go, disable AI. Okay, so that takes care of that. That takes care of this. What is this? Predictions. Agent panel. Okay. Alright. So let's see if this, how this looks. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. Extensions, okay. Interesting, interesting. Interesting, alright, alright, alright. Yo, very cool. Okay, so then you can do this, and now the background is transparent. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So close this real quick. So now, hold on. Let me just make a quick change. Okay, very cool. Very clean. Very clean indeed. Yeah, that looks really good. Alright, alright, alright. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Alright, so then what we want to do is a couple things. We want to work on Tetra 3D. Well, we want to ideally actually... Yeah, that's fine. I don't know what it's signing in about, but... Okay. Oh, okay. Let's see. That's Control F. Okay. Okay, that allows you to split stuff. Full screen it. Is that Control Space? Shift Escape. Interesting. What? It's interesting. So like Shift Escape, it like places it over this previous thing? Huh, that's interesting. Okay, so far I'm liking it. Ooh, okay. Okay, okay. Huh. Interesting. So, oh, that's very interesting. This is very interesting. So this is the Z editor I'm checking out. It's really interesting. Like it looks very polished. Something that's kind of interesting, when you press Alt G and then B to pull up the git blame, it types G. And then when you press B, it removes that letter. It removes what you type. That's a very interesting, kind of an unusual thing. But it also, like, it's not adding, like, I'm not able to undo it. I guess maybe it like undoes and then, hold on, let me just report this dude for spam botting. Like every stream, dude, every stream is like this. Yeah, it's interesting. This is very, ooh, okay. We get the commit message. Very cool, very cool. So then how do I, oh, you get stuff down here. Oh. Oh, it just jumps right to it. Oh, this is, ah, I can type here? Oh, that's cool, dude. Can I search across, like, something I do, okay, I didn't mean to, hold up, this is cool, hold up, this is kind of a cool editor. How do I close this? Okay, hold up, I don't want to make any changes that would, like, erase my progress with Tetra 3D. Give me a second. Let me make a backup, a manual backup. Okay. Actually, I can leave that open. Let's switch the music up. That's fine. This is interesting. It's very polished visually. Like it's very clean. How do I close this panel? Is it this? This is, okay, this is the Git panel. Okay. Collab panel. Okay. Outline. Very nice. Debug. Cool. Terminal. Love it. Go. Okay. It's just moving. 1719. Oh, that's the line and column. Okay. Very interesting, dude. This is cool. Like, I would like to remove this sign-in thing just because I'm never gonna sign in. Oh, you have some project-specific stuff. Cool. That's quick, dude. That's quick. Very interesting. Inline Git blame. This is very cool. They give you a lot of control, and I like that they have Git built in. That's cool. Something that I'm thinking now is, like, I'm not sure if I like that they have Git built in because it's kind of like a good default, but at the same time, I guess that's, well, yeah, let's turn that off. I don't know what it contains. I'm like, well, what if I want to use a different version control? I guess you can just disable it. That's fine. This is interesting. It looks very good. It feels solid. It feels clean. It's working right out of the box with autocomplete. That's very nice. Can I jump? Yeah. Can I go to, like, go to my broad face? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. It's very polished. I like it. I think I like it. Control W. Very nice. Okay. Very cool. I like this. Okay. Main. Okay, that's my branch. Yeah, that's my tree. Okay, you make it. What's this? What's the difference between a work tree and a branch, I wonder? Okay. So let's then. Do I even have to have my game focused? I think I might have to have it focused. Thing's working, but not the controller. Okay, so this should be working. The controller's not working. Well, that's fine. That's not even what we were trying to test. Okay, so so far this is working well. It looks good, feels good, nice and clean. If I wanted to wrap, I might be in a setting, huh? Yeah, it looks like. Soft wrap. Bounded. Oh, I see. So then the right area is just like blank. Editor width. Prefer line. I wonder what the point of this is. For buffers where soft wrap is enabled. Wrap guides. Oh, what the heck? This is weird, dude. This is so weird. Relative line numbers. That's interesting. So you can be like, oh, 10 lines down from 48, 10 lines up. That's really interesting. Huh. Wrapped. For every line, absolute or wrapped. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. That is like big, huh? Like what? That's weird. Okay. This is cool though. This is cool. Okay. So what I wanted to do was commit these changes basically. So let me see if I can walk through them. All right. We want to stage all of them. And then I'd like to walk through them. So okay, so more changes. It's weird. What? I wonder why this is bold. What is this? Why does this turn blue? Oh, so you can like. Oh, I see. Shift, Control Shift T. Oh, I see. Between the dark and light version. I see. Interesting, dude. This is really interesting. It's unfortunate the highlighting kind of disappears on some transparent themes. Oh, it automatically looped. This is really interesting, dude. Interesting. Okay, this is really cool. I'm just looking around. I just want a nice dark theme that has high contrast. So yeah, relatively high contrast. Like that's fine. Kind of like that, actually. These are kind of the same. All right. So, all right. So we can start doing this. Okay. So bounds. Adding basic. Didn't I make these? This is the previous one? No, I must have contract. Okay, I thought I committed this, but I guess I didn't. Hold up, let me take a look at this. Did I write? I did write. Okay, I was like, did I start this or something? Can I adjust this? No. Okay. Okay, cool. But this doesn't fix this. I see. Okay. Interesting. I want to open. Like I want to open not a file, I want to search. Like, can I open by file name? Open name. Ah, Control P. Control Shift P is executing command. Control P is search. Okay. So then utils. There we go. This is what I'm looking for. This is why I never finished this. Okay. Renders source to depth blended with the given depth texture. Range start Well, the two images must be the same size. All of the images provided should be the same size. Range start is the range start is a That's such a cool feature that when you're writing comments, ooh, that's a cool feature too. Yeah. If I'm writing comments and I have a blank ending, saving just destroys the blank line, which is cool. And you get autocomplete for your arguments. That's so like that's an obvious cool feature. That's just like, oh, of course. Okay, that's just fine. I don't have to explain this. All right, cool. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. So when I make changes, it just automatically gets added. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. So when I make changes, they automatically get added to whatever is staged. I don't have to like stage it again. Like in VS Code, when you stage something and then you make changes, those changes are untracked. So you have to like say yes track it, and then it'll add it again. But if something's tracked and you make changes to it, you don't have to go ahead and like re-stage it. That's interesting. I think I like it more, but I think that there's utility on both sides of this kind of a approach. I like this, but I also like making changes and then being able to see them untracked, because then untracked before staging rather, because then you get to see like, you can, for example, destroy the unstaged changes if you want to roll back to what you had before making any additional changes. So I kind of like both approaches. They're both kind of good. Okay, so I might move this to a text editor or something. I guess I can just put it here. Whoa. Okay, so we're doing this with the bounds, closest point on try. Excuse me. This is an interesting editor, dude. I like it. Let me change the music and keep an eye on my preview. It seems like it's like really, it's very clean, and I don't get any of the visual bugs that I get with VS Code when I use like transparent backgrounds and stuff. Like this just looks really clean on my screen and looks clean on stream, dude. Ooh, the old version. Oh, yeah. I changed that. Oh, you gotta love it, dude. Oh, am I like... Oh, it lets you go across files, brother. Yeah. I'm fogging, dude. I'm fogging. This is peak, brother. Just below my camera here is the text for the commit, but I'm typing it here before I copy it over for simplicity. For just, there's no reason to have it be in this little window. It's not even visible, dude. Like it's this little thing, this little box. Oops. It's just easier to type in this big zone. Okay, so okay. Okay. Oh, actually, I think I did not do something here. We added these, except for the texture wrap mode, but I think we are not. Filter mode, wrap mode, map mode. Okay, and then multipliers. All right, we're good. Noxloff says, yo, 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 what are you working on? What up? Right now, I am testing out a new editor and working on Tetra 3D a little bit, just making a commit, and then gonna be working on the game I've been working on for the past couple streams, and it's shaping up, dude. It's looking so good. Whew. Okay. To no longer return errors. What's the editor? Looks clean. This is Zed, Z-E-D. Yeah, it's super clean, dude. It looks super clean. It looks smooth. I'm liking it, man. It's like an AI. Well, I don't even know if it's like like on their webpage they say it's AI, but you can just disable the AI features, which is cool. Like you can just go to the settings and just be like, turn it off. Like you go to AI and you're just like, disable AI. Like, it's cool that they just like straight up are like, you can just turn it off. At least you can just turn it off. Like I would rather it. I think I would rather it wasn't in the editor by default, and it was an add-on that you put in there. But at least you can turn it off rather than just being like, just ignore it. It's like, no, you can just turn off that AI stuff. That's fine. Like, I would prefer if it just wasn't here. But if, you know, some coders, some developers use AI heavily. I don't for my stuff, but if people want it, it's like, well, you're an editor, you're making stuff for people who do use AI. Okay, well, I guess at least they allow you to turn it off. Like, at least they allow you to turn it off. Because other than that, it's really like it looks great. It feels solid. There's things that, you know, and that's the thing that's kind of interesting with editors, because it's like, you know, a lot of the things that we do in modern, like, even just stepping back a little bit from what I was just about to say, which is already stepping back a little bit. It used to be that IDEs were like super complex. Like, I remember, you know, like using code blocks, for example, to make C++ applications, like try to build C++ applications. And I'm, you know, I feel like that is, there's still room for that, or people still use it. But I think VS Code, and actually before that, Atom, the Atom editor, I think it was Atom, kind of like elucidated people to being like, wait a second, if I just have a tool editor, a text editor, and something else that basically does syntax highlighting, and then the language I'm using has good tooling, then that's kind of it. I don't really need a whole bunch else. You know, like if I have a debugger and it integrates well with the text editor, then this becomes an IDE. So I feel like, you know, what I'm leading to is there's a lot of things in here that I like, and I'm not sure if it's either possible to do with VS Code, or it's already done in VS Code and I just haven't been using the right plugins, or I haven't been configuring them well. But the default in this editor is pretty smooth. It almost is like, it almost just doesn't even exist in a sense. It's like it doesn't feel like I'm in a project, but I can do stuff as though I'm in a project. Like, I can go to project files. I can be like, oh yeah, pull up, you know, main.go for, yeah, raise. Like, that's okay. Yeah, that's what I would want it to do. And, you know, this is the file, and it does, you know, syntax highlighting, and I can control, you know, I can do auto completion, and like it works really well, but it almost is like just a, what is this? Oh, code actions, cool. So it's like it's almost like it's like a text editor. It feels like a text editor. Like, it feels that just like out of the way, but it does do the stuff that you would want an IDE to do. Like, you know, it does outline, you know, files that have been changed, and it does, you know, give you a panel for your git commits, and like it's this really nice middle ground between something that's kind of heavier, like an IDE, something that's lightweight, like a text editor, and it feels very polished to the point where it's like, man, this feels like VS Code kind of when I was first kind of getting into, or Atom editor, where I was first kind of getting into like using a text editor for making applications for software development, rather than using a full IDE where I'm used to code blocks, I'm used to JetBrains, you know, I'm used to like bigger things that are much heavier. This feels really smooth and very light, but it does all of the stuff that I would want it to do as a software developer. So it's kind of, I guess it feels like VS Code, but better. But I can't really say VS Code couldn't do these things. I think the rendering is very nice. I don't know if they're using Electron, or maybe it's a newer version of Electron, but it feels smooth. The text is it feels like the text is very clear. It renders really well. Like the background being transparent, that's something I'm doing with GNOME, with a GNOME extension, where it's blurring like the background of this, application of Zed. But like normally this doesn't look, it doesn't show up well on camera. On camera, it doesn't show up well on stream. Like there's artifacts and stuff. I'm not getting any artifacts, so that feels to me like there's a fundamental difference in the way that they're rendering things here compared to VS Code. So it's very polished. It's very I'm impressed. It does look and feel good. Yeah, I'm like I didn't have to install like the Go add-on or anything like that. It just worked by default. It has Go PLS, Go Please, or Go the language server installed, I guess, by default, or it's integrated with it by default. It's smooth, dude. I like it. It's just so far. Okay, so what we're doing, I'm just trying to document this stuff before I commit it. I can just kick through. That's something cool. I don't know if VS Code does this. I think it might, or basically you can just jump through different files all at once. I don't think it does. I think let's see, because I'm interested. That's not what I was trying to do. Like I think I'm not sure if I'm on the default Git add-on or not. I think I have Git Lens, but I'm not sure if I'm not using Git Lens. Okay, so I'm using the default version source control. So like you can look through each file individually like this, but you can't like view them, as far as I can see, in order. Like you can't go from one file to the next, one change to, you can't review all of the changes together. Like you're looking at each individual change in each individual file, which is fine. That's really good as it is. But being able to just be like, okay, so I'm looking at mesh.go. All right, I don't see any problems. This looks fine. This looks fine. Now let's move on to model.go. Like that's really smooth, dude. Love the explanatory rant. Thanks for sharing your opinion. Rant is probably the wrong word. It was a rant. That's fair. That's correct. It was a rant. It's hard to even, like, I'm not even sure how to describe it. Like, I don't want to gas it up like it's gonna change your life or it's changing my life. I like it. I'll use it instead of VS Code. Like VS Code was fine. There's nothing really wrong with it. Just the recent change, the recent things that I've seen on GitHub where they've like made changes where it like commits your code with an AI model attached to it, and it's like I don't use AI models for my code for development on Tetra 3D and stuff like that. So it's like the concept of being like, I am making commits to GitHub or through Git, through an IDE. I'm not using this whatever other program, and then I look at GitHub maybe weeks or months later, and they all are attributed with this other program that I'm not using. I don't like that concept at all, and it's creepy. It's creepy, and kind of a breach of kind of trust in a sense. Like you're trusting the IDE to basically just kind of like allow you to work. Help you to work, but allow you to work on your code, on your work, on your project, and for it to then basically kind of be like, but I'm also going to add something that you have no knowledge about or idea about, is a creepy feeling. That doesn't feel good as a developer. Like I want to know. Developers already struggle to know what their code is doing or what other people's code is doing. So the concept of being like, okay, so you have this like fundamental, difficult, like cognitive load, and we're also just gonna throw something else in there. We're just gonna throw something on top. It's just like I don't like that. I think a lot of people don't care for that concept. So Yeah, I'm looking at other editors, and there's some cool ones out there. Micro is a good Micro and Fresh are good terminal editors. This one is just, it looks, I mean, like, it feels so polished. So I'm just reviewing, this. Everything looks. Whoops. You can make changes here. Oh, very cool. You can't make changes here, but you can on the other side. Very cool. I like that. Okay, I think this is fine. Hopefully. Ah, okay. Anyway, yeah, it's a cool editor. I like it. I haven't felt like there's been a lot of like really polished editors out there aside from VS Code. There's been like, Atom, of course, and there's been other ones that, maybe pop up and then kind of die out. I think GitHub had one that died. I think Atom was superseded by another one that just isn't really, the community's not there, slash, for me trying it out, it just wasn't effective. It felt like there was errors and it wasn't working correctly. This one feels solid. This one feels like a good editor. Maybe this is where people have been going, is here. I don't know. But anyway. Okay. Cool. I think that's everything, roughly. Yeah. Okay. Oh, whoops. So I can just... Ooh, don't save. Put it here. Huh. It didn't track this. I can't undo it. That's fine. I can just... There we go. I have to configure it. Okay. Let me... Do I even... Hold on. Check it out? Yeah, we'll check it out. Yeah, please feel free. It's an interesting editor. Okay. Just need to make sure I do this so that my... I'm not like... This might actually work. Yeah. I have to make some changes with GitHub. Let me see. Hold up. Just thinking, hold on, looking at information. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to figure out exactly how to log in to GitHub. All right, hold on. Trying to figure out how this works. How do I... Let's remove that. Then this. Trying to figure out exactly how I can get this to... How I can push this, because to push, I need... Well, maybe I need to click on Learn More. Password, or it doesn't work with a password. Let's see. Do I need to do something? Let me see. I don't have a password. I mean, I have a password, but that's not how. Can't put, like, how do I push? Well, I might have to push it later, I guess. Control-Alt-B, okay. Yeah, because if I do this... Wait, what happens if I... okay. Okay, so they just changed. They just changed stuff. Okay, understood. So I gotta go do stuff. Hold on. Let me fix this real quick. Okay, I see. Okay, I see. All right, give me a second. I don't want no surprises. Oh, I see. Okay, so you could do something like this. I see. I see. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Interesting concept. I'm just thinking about how this works. Okay. Give me a second. Cool. All right, so I think now I should be able to do it. Let me just try this. Bruh. Bruh. Okay. I see. I needed to do this differently. So you can't see anything because I don't want my I don't want my information leaked. But I'm trying to basically this should have worked. Maybe I need to do something like this. I'm not even sure how this works. Basically, GitHub changed things. So you're like, what is going on this black screen? GitHub changed things. So in order to push things to GitHub, you need to use a personal access token instead of a password. So I'm like making a personal access token to be able to upload, to be able to push to GitHub. I guess that's what I'm trying to do. I think, let's see. Maybe I gotta check all this off. Let's see. Okay, let's try this and see if this works. No, well, hold on. How does this even... Okay. This is so complex. All right, let's see if this works. If it doesn't work, I'm just gonna move on. I don't have to push it right now. Let's see if this works, and if so, that's fine. If not, that's also fine. No, it didn't work. Okay, that's fine. It is fine. Yeah. All right. It ain't working. That's fine. I gotta do this some other way. All right. All right, we're back. I actually need to use the bathroom, but that's fine. So, what I want to do is a couple things. There's a few things I wanted to do. For one, there's an issue. There's an issue where whoops. Hold on, let me do this real quick. Okay, so something I wanted to do. There's something I wanted to do. I'm not sure what though. Oh yeah. I forgot I added those chains as well. Forgot to mention. But basically, something that I want to do is, if you look down here, this is supposed to be kind of like a waterfall. And so you can see the water is like moving up and down, but it shouldn't be moving up and down on this side of the waterfall. These vertices shouldn't be moving, right? Because, you know, obviously it's like a wave, and then this edge should lead into the waterfall. They should be clamped. They shouldn't be moving. So the easiest way to do this, there's a couple ways to do this. One is to use vertex painting to basically identify those vertices as being, you know, clamped, and then only the other vertices move up and down. I mean, there's a couple ways to do this. Something I was thinking about was basically implementing a vertex selection system into Blender, so you can select vertices and be like, okay, these are the ones that I want to move, these are the ones that I don't want to move. The issue with that is we already have vertex groups, but they don't export if the object isn't animated, if it doesn't, if it's not skinned. So maybe I can loop through and manually grab them, since they already exist. Maybe I could do that, is, you know, just basically grab these and be like, okay, these belong to group, no movement. There we go, that's fine. That's an idea. But then again, all you can do is assign a weight value to the vertex groups, to the vertices in the vertex, well, to entire vertex groups, you're assigning a weight value. So I'm wondering, like, maybe a custom system would be better, because you might want to give some custom data to each vertex. Like, you might want to give, well, let's, yeah, you might. I died. Let me take a look at this real quick. Cool. Let's see. Okay, so this is, oh yeah, we can work with this. So I'm just looking at this right now, real quick. Control Alt B. Okay. Just thinking. Okay, let's go to the water. Yeah, okay, so this is what prompted this. I was like, okay, I could basically like use vertex colors to indicate which vertices to move. Basically, but this is kind of slow to essentially get vertices. What if you could set a function on each vertex? Then you could select a set of vertices and then set a function on them like this. Because it's like, I can select vertices. I can say, okay, I want these that aren't, I want all of the vertices of water that aren't on the edge of a waterfall to have a certain transform function. No, I don't think we want to do it that way. Let's see. We just don't want to move these. Well, I guess that's a secondary concern. Super Mario 3D World type game. Type game. Yeah, so I guess it's not a big deal. The main thing is just if let me think. We make a function that transforms. Well, I guess there's bigger fish to fry. We shouldn't worry about this right now. There's other things we gotta work on. Okay, so let's simplify this. Let's go back. So this is our game loading thing. Oh, I see. So we have to. Well, that's fine. I think this is fine. Init update message. We have to send a message on init. So here we're adding a scene explicitly, and this is kind of where I'm kind of like, well, I don't really like this way that this is set up, is because we are calling a function where we basically are adding a Tetra 3D scene to a system, and then we have functions to like look for scenes and get the scenes that are currently in existence and all that stuff. And it's like, what if you're not making a 3D game? What if you're making a 2D game and you don't have a scene. So there's kind of two schools of thought. One is we can make this simpler, or make it more complex. A more complex solution is we create this object that represents a scene, and the scene, the object, our scene object, our engine scene object, can have a 3-dimensional scene or a 2-dimensional scene in it. So a 3D component or a 2D component, basically. Because basically what we're doing here is we're hiding information from the modder. And I think we don't want to do that. We don't want to hide information from the modder. We want to avoid that if at all possible. We can avoid that by giving more information to the modder. So like updating the scenes should be done here in our on update function. It should update scenes. Yeah. Yeah. On draw. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let's say we simplify this. Let's say we don't do this. We don't want to put things, and this is another thing I'm doing. I'm like putting data structures. I'm like instantiating data structures that are, assuming that vertex colors can be used to drive data. Vertex colors can be used to drive data. Yeah. So you can like identify vertices using vertex colors, or if you want to store data on vertices using vertex colors, you can do that. I guess I was just looking for something a little cleaner, a little bit more definitive. Like vertex colors are fine, but obviously if it blends between vertices, it's like, what color is this? Is it white? Like, is it 1, 1, 1, 1? Or is it 0.91, 0.791? You know what I mean? So I think I want something just cleaner when it comes to selecting vertices, and that's kind of where I'm like, I don't know if I like the current system, but I guess it's relatively small potatoes. What we really want to do is work on the internals, because the way this works internally is very like it should be this clean for on update, on draw. Like they should be all these functions where the system is like executing the game script. It should be like this, but instead we're like, relatively speaking, we have things that we probably shouldn't have, like restarting the game. That probably shouldn't be here. Debug stuff probably shouldn't be here, but it's all right if they're in here. Updating the scenes definitely should not be here. Updating, drawing the scene should not be in here. That should be something the game does, because you might make a game and want it to be split screen, right? So you might want to draw two scenes or two cameras of this, two views of the same scene, if it's like a 2-player game or 4-player game. So, which should be possible if we just don't have this water effect where it's like super laggy. Thinking about it now, it would just be faster not to even have that function. Like the function exists, you know, thinking about it now, this could be done more quickly just by not even making a vertex transformation function at all. And instead we just do model.mesh. It's definitely faster. Just tweaking the water, trying to see if I can make it a little less robotic looking. Probably just need a different time scale. hold up. Let me change the music. I'm thinking. It's okay. There's. I think there's. I think. There we go. Okay. It was divided by 2, right? Okay. Should be. It's interesting. It's not really... Like, it's not really a wave, right? Like, it's kind of moving oddly. Like, why is it, like, flattening? T plus... Okay, let's try something here. Let's just do T. Because T is time. Yeah, so it's moving up and down. Well, actually, it should probably be equals. Oh no, because, yeah. You don't store them. Ah. All right, that's fine. I guess I'm worried about floating point. Floating point drift, basically making the water just slowly like move into the stratosphere. Yeah, why is it not a wave? Let's simplify it. Ooh, interesting. Interesting design on that refactor. Why is this not... Like, why doesn't this corner go fully down? Or I guess it does. Why doesn't it feel like a full wave? Like, this is... Yeah, like, okay, here we get to see it. So this corner is like starting here and going down. This corner is starting from the floor and going up. So why is that the case? Why aren't they the same? We're doing this on a sine wave. Maybe because it's plus. Okay, I think I see. All right, I get the concept. So what we're gonna do, I feel like it would be helpful if I had the ability to store the original positions of each vertex for every mesh. I can easily add that into Tetra 3D. And I can see the utility of it. I'm just not sure if I want to do that, because that's a whole set of original values, like original vertex positions, original vertex normals. But we're already doing it for UV values. We could do it for positions and normals. Well, that's a lot more data. I'm not going to worry about it. We don't even need to store. We don't even need to store the X and Y. We just need to store the Y positions, actually. Like that. Let's see, for eye and range mesh vertex positions. Oh, I see. That's probably more so what we're looking for. That's better. Much more even. Let's wave size. Cool, cool. Wave frequency, we could be like this. So that divided by 2 times wave frequency. Is it divided by? Let me move the player. Help me. Let's see. T is time. It should be. No, plus works. No, times. Okay, there we go. So we're getting faster waves. Okay, so we can do like 2 is probably fine. Cool, cool. Cool, okay. So we can have a relatively small wave height. Make it move a little faster. That's better, I think. Oh. There we go. Cool. Okay, okay, okay. Looking not bad. What we want to do now, what I wanted to do is basically add like another like layer to it. Seeing Lay here, fun to catch a stream for once. Take care. Yo, thank you. Looks great, so smooth. Yo, thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. Even though I didn't do a whole lot, I've been just kind of like waffling and thinking on stream. But yeah, I really appreciate it nonetheless. Thank you. Wave. Let's do it. I feel like there's something I'm missing, and I think what it is, like, I think this stuff should probably be set before. That's pretty, I think that's better. Sorry. Like, what I want is for it to not be so, like, obvious, I guess you could say. Like, some waves, I want basically some variance. Like, some waves are bigger, some waves are smaller. I feel like this is better. It gets a little low, but... I feel like that's kinda better. Yeah, it gets a little low. I think what I want to do, or need to do rather, is I need to change this approach where, I mean, I think it's fine. It's probably fine like this. But I think I want to change the approach probably to be more like mathematic. So we probably want something like this. So we can do like this. Something like that. Oh, that, yeah. That, I think I see where my concept is going awry. Okay. I think I see why it's not working. That's fine. I think this is fine for now. Okay, so let me do a couple things. Something I wanted to try. Cylinder add plane, I guess. Let me see what this would look like. Something about this is very appealing. This like octagon kind of shape. Cool, that's it. I think that's the shape. That's the shadow shape. Why is it all over the side? There we go. Cool. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so this looks good. This works well. So this is better because it doesn't cause any problems. Yeah, it's not as janky as it used to be. Not as slow. Let's see. Switch this on again. Okay. What I want to do next. Yeah, do something about this scene business. Yeah, so this stuff, where it's like, oh yeah, let's make scripts and let's do callbacks and all that stuff. Like, we want to avoid that. Loading the texture should be fine. We don't have to do that anymore. Oh, actually, that is what I wanted to do. I added the ability to specify how a texture should be rendered, like what filtering mode, but I thought I did that. But there we go. So this is what it would look like if everything was sharp. Well, I guess not everything. Bricks should be sharp. Why aren't they sharp? Why is this not sharp? That's sharp. This is sharp. That's sharp. It just dies. Yeah, the chains are sharp. So then why is the bricks not sharp? Okay, that's what it would look like normally. So then why is it that I have to specify that? Yeah, it's odd. Well, unusual. You can't make a new window. Oh, you can. Okay. Let's see. Why is this blurry? Huh. Oh, maybe did I do this in the wrong order? Nearest is the default. So as nearest is 1. Oh, this should be 0. I mean, this should be 1. Whoa. I never even ran this through a Python. I never. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a problem. Well, I mean, if that's what's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. All right, let's see. There we go. So now this is sharp. Okay, so what I wanted to do was add an option for applying the specific a specified texture filter mode to all materials. You know what? Let me look at something real quick. Yeah. I could probably just have a button that says copy to all. py dot data. Yeah. Never even used this. Okay. Okay, copy texture filter mode. Okay. Yeah, okay, so you can just set them all like that at the same time. Not necessarily the best solution, but it does work. So you can be like, oh, I don't want this to be all sharp. I can just go here and then be like, oh, make it everything bilinear instead. Cool. Cool. All right, very good, very good. Still can't push. All right. Very good, very good, very good. So that's good. That's done. Right, I still have to work on the actual, like, fundamental code of this thing. I don't really want to. I don't want to work on it. I think I'm gonna change this as well because this auto subdivision thing, well, that's why I did it the way I did. The I need to change this to work a different way because basically, like, you have to set it on a per mesh basis, which is not ideal. In my opinion, it's not ideal. Okay, yeah, this is without auto subdivision. Okay, with auto subdivision though. It's yeah, these areas get pretty bad. Well, this needs to be fixed anyway. But yeah, this area gets a little chunky. Let me fix the camera, dude. This has been like this for like eons. Oh, because it's, yeah. Ooh, that is unfortunate if it doesn't support those generalities. Well, I mean, this is Math 32. It shouldn't even, they should only have float 32s. Yeah, that's true. I see. Well, brother. I see. Yeah, why don't I... why don't I do it this way, I guess? Brother, you edited the file. Brother, you edited the file. How can you be like, I don't know? Man, I wish I could copy the previous version of this instead of just copying like all of it. I guess it's fine. Let's do it like that. That's fine. Okay, so close this. Does this work? It does not work. We need to run that. There we go. Okay, so oh, these are rotation. Yeah, I meant to. Cool. So yeah, I mean, like, it's probably good enough, right? So you can look almost straight up. You can look almost straight down. I mean, like, something like this would probably be, like, good enough. This level of... Like, you probably don't need to look this sharply. Yeah, maybe something like... maybe just one. He just disappears, dude. He just disappears. He just disappears. He's gone. He's just gone. He's just... He just disappears into the clouds. Okay, so this is good. All right, feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. Works pretty well. Cool. Okay. Let's add a little polish while we're here. Let's that's this one. Let's make it so that the player kind of like I gotta That fixed so much about this. Let's see. Let's do a couple things here. There we go. Little. Oops. Cool, cool. I'm trying to think about like how I can kind of like get a little tilt when he's turning. Maybe we could rotate up by the movement vector. Okay. He's rotating a little bit. Okay. But now we want to rotate it. I did this before. Let me see how I did it before. did this in a game jam. Huh. Okay. Okay. I mean, like, it kind of does work. Let's see. All right, that's not bad, actually. It's interesting. He like tilts outwards. Meow, 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 meow. So maybe what about who's that? He's so like he feels really grippy. He feels really like he feels like he could break people's ankles off. I don't know. Like ooh. Let's see. Excuse me. Dude, it's so much more fun to jump around. It feels like he feels almost like he like homes in on platforms. Like it feels good, dude. He feels maybe a little woo. Maybe he feels a little wonky, but I mean like I kind of dig it, dude. He feels very controllable. He corners, dude. He like, it feels like he corners. Like the idea I think is good, even though it's a little janky. Like you shouldn't probably be able to just like move like this. But I mean like it does feel good. Like, it does make him feel more responsive. Yeah, actually. it's the camera. All right, not bad, dude. That was pretty easy. Mahmood says, hey, wait, is that Gnome and you're using Zed? Dang, nice. Wait, yeah, this is Gnome. And yeah, this is Zed. This is Zed, yeah. Just made this made these little boost rings so I can hop in them and get boosted out. Yeah, not bad, dude. It feels so good, dude. It feels crispy, bro. You use Blender for Gamedev? Yeah, I do. It's very cool, man. W work. Yeah, thank you very much. This is my this is a game I'm working on with a renderer that I made called Tetra 3D. It's open source. Please feel free to check it out on github.com/solarloon/Tetra 3D. But yeah, this is a 3D game written basically from scratch, and it's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good, working pretty well. Not perfect, but it's pretty good, I think. Still have to figure out what I'm going to do for the main character, what he's going to look like. This is just kind of a test guy. But yeah, it's looking and feeling solid. Frame time's good. Not too bad. I'm a computer science student in second year. Don't know a lot, just basic stuff. Hey man, that's good. Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic to be at computer science. You know, learning computer science is fun. Making games and programming is fun. Okay, so this is really going well. Maybe I could adjust this time. What is it? The player's like animation time. Oh, it's not here. Yeah, blend time. It's not that long, but maybe that's That's fine. Just dies immediately. Sorry for the words. My bad. I admire your work. Oh no, no problem. I'd be super happy if I could do that. Oh yeah, no, this is cool. This is yeah, thank you very much. But not this is cool, but rather this isn't. This is just a lot of time that I've been investing over, you know, time. Like the render itself that I'm making this in took a long time to get to this stage. You know, PlayStation-esque, N64 like, but it's not, you know, too complicated. It's just it's just can I no longer fly? I think I can no longer fly. That's such a like somewhat disturbing animation. He's just like locked. He's just locked. I don't know how to do this stuff and how it's connected to just code. Yeah, I remember thinking, and you know, I'm just a normal guy. Like, I'm not trying to gas myself up or seem like, make myself seem like, or make people think I'm super cool or something. But I was like you, like, I remember thinking years ago, like, how do you even make a 3D game in code? Like 2D, I kind of got like, okay, you know, you load some sort of map, you're instantiating objects, putting them somewhere, and they're updating them and stuff. But like, as far as 3D, I'm like, how do you do that from code? It's not that different. Like, you know, working on this has been really illuminating for me for like how 3D works. It's not too crazy. Super Mario vibes, yeah. You should be proud and feel cool. That gives confidence. Thank you. Yeah, if you want to check it out, please feel free. It is on GitHub, so you can look at it and see like, oh, how did he do this, or how is it rendering, and you know, look at the demos and stuff. You can also look at the demos in a web browser, so you don't even have to like download it. You can go to, where is it? Here. Yeah, solarmoon.github.io/tetra3d.site. And you can see like, oh, you know, how does it work in a normal web browser? Does it work in a normal web browser? Not every example is here, but some of them, most of them. It's a little janky. You don't have as much fidelity for the mouse offline, or you don't have as much fidelity online as you do offline, but it still looks pretty good. You can see the vibe I'm going for with the renderer. There we go. Yeah, runs better and is not as sluggish in terms of input offline. I'm not sure. I mean, like, I have a general idea of why it feels weird online, but I'm not quite sure what I can do to fix it. Basically, I think you don't have a full width of mouse movement here. It's just this. So it feels like you have to move your mouse more than you should. because I think it's like dead center and you have to move. Well, even that, I'm not sure why it's so like, it feels janky. I don't know. But yeah, check it out. Feel free. Feel free. He just dies. He just falls and dies. Oop. He just, the quintessence that I am installing Fedora KDE and join your stream and you're using Linux. Oh yeah, what are the odds? Linux is cool. Linux is very cool. So much you can do with it. So customizable. It's very, very cool. Whew. I think I'm gonna call it. I've been streaming for like 3 hours, 3.5, 3 hours. So I'm gonna call it here. Thank you very much for watching. If you wanna imagine the GTA kill effect when you fall. Like you died, yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go off and get something to eat, maybe. Maybe run some errands or something. But thank you very much for watching. I've been SolarLoon. If you wanna continue to watch me, please do watch me. Please do follow me here on Twitch. I also upload videos sometimes to YouTube, so I might do a separate video to my YouTube, SolarLoon, yeah, youtube.com/SolarLoon. Please do check out GitHub, and yeah, thank you very much. I also have a Discord if you want to come through, but other than that, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys on the flip side next time. Next stream will be Wednesday at 12 p.m. Is it Wednesday at 12 p.m.? No, Tuesday, tomorrow. Tuesday at 12 p.m. Yeah, so thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys on the flip side next time, and yeah, peace. See ya.